Knowing about these tools in Final Cut will help you to edit your videos faster and more efficiently. I'm Dylan John, and like we do on this channel, let's cut out this fluff and let's get into the good stuff. First up is the new AI-powered match color from the 12.3 update. Match color has been in FCP forever, but it used to suck. Now though, with the most recent update, it is actually intelligent.
Unlike you.
So here's the clip that I like the look of, and I would like all of these clips to match it. Select your clips, hit the magic wand icon, also called the enhancements menu for you nerds out there, choose match color, then skim to a frame in that clip that you'd like to match the rest of the shots to. And once you click it and hit apply match, the AI adjusts your shots to match the look that you like. And what makes this version of match color so much better than the old version is now you can hop into the inspector window, but you just have to select one clip, and you'll see that you can now fine-tune every slider that it adjusted, instead of just accepting whatever it gives you. That way you can dial things in to match your reference shot even more if you need to. You're gonna think this is cool, so this tool can come in handy if you're trying to create a look that matches one of your favorite films. Download a frame of the movie you like, select your clip or clips, hit match color, and once you select your reference frame, you'll be real close to creating that cinematic look that you're going for with basically no effort. Now, it's not perfect, but it does work surprisingly good for something that's one click. Up next, voice isolation. Select your clip, hop into the audio inspector window, and toggle on voice isolation. This feature basically works like magic to eliminate background noise in your video, whether that be wind or music or your air conditioner. It essentially locks on to the human voice and then eliminates everything else. I'd suggest playing around with this slider though to see what sounds best for your audio. But just be cautious about how much you increase this, because the higher you go, the more it'll sound unnatural and robotic. Up next, we have visual search and transcript search. So just by going to this little drop-down menu in your library browser, you'll notice that we have a transcript search and a visual search. Let's say you're looking for a part of your clip where you mentioned a specific word while filming. So I know that somewhere in all this footage that I filmed for this Kazakhstan travel vlog, I mentioned the word vodka. Just by selecting includes and typing that word, it will immediately go through all of your footage and find that sentence where you said that word or phrase. What if we give you a little bit of vodka? Let's say you don't actually remember the exact thing that you said, but you know you need a clip for your video where you talk about food. Select is related to, type in food, and listen to this.
What's up at the buffet?
My friend can barely be heard in the background saying the word buffet. Like, are you kidding me? Now let's move on to visual search. So like you may expect, this lets you search for visual moments in your footage, including objects and actions. So by typing in fire, it immediately pulls up all the footage that has fire in it. And look at this crap shot. It even pulled up a severely underexposed, grainy, squeezed anamorphic footage where the fire is barely visible. Transcript search and visual search aren't always perfect, but they do a pretty solid job. One thing to note is that on older projects, you'll need to control right-click your event, hit Analyze and Fix, and enable these. New projects have this turned on automatically when you import though. This next one is one of my personal favorites. It is smooth Slo-Mo. This isn't your normal slow motion or even optical flow like other editing softwares have. Smooth Slo-Mo can take normal frame rate footage, so normal speed footage for those of you who are just starting in your video creation journey, and just by going to the retime menu and selecting one of these smooth Slo-Mo options, and you can drag this out if you want your clip to be slower, by the way. Smooth Slo-Mo will use AI to generate and intelligently blend new frames together, so your footage actually looks like you shot in slow motion, even if you didn't. This feature in Final Cut blows other softwares out of the water because a lot of them still have to use optical flow to achieve something like this, and that doesn't come close to how good Smooth Slo-Mo looks. By the way, you'll probably wonder why when you play back your timeline, it doesn't look good. It doesn't even look like Smooth Slo-Mo is taking effect, and that's because you need to render out that section of your timeline if you want to see the end result. Press the keyboard shortcut Control-R to render just those clips on your timeline. Sometimes you have to press this keyboard shortcut twice, but you should be able to see what the slow motion looks like after that. I have a useful video on why and when you might use this amazing feature, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and then watch the video linked in the comments after you finish this one. Up next is Enhance Light and Color. Select your clip, hit the magic wand icon, and press Enhance Light and Color. It is a one-click autocorrection that analyzes your clip and automatically adjusts exposure, white balance, and saturation to make the image look quote-unquote correct, basically trying to get you to a neutral, well-balanced starting point. It doesn't replace knowing how to color correct yourself, but if you know very little about color correction, then it could be a good starting point. You can also hop into the color inspector to dial the different adjustments in even more. My opinion on this tool is that it does okay with adjusting the color, but it lacks quite a bit when it comes to adjusting the exposure. Notice how it brought down the brightness of our highlights quite a lot, limiting the dynamic range in our shot. For those of you repurposing your 16:9 videos for TikTok, Reels, and Shorts, Smart Conform is going to seem like a savior if you don't already know about it. Duplicate your project as a vertical project, so go to your project and Control right-click, and press Duplicate Project As. Now, some of you have been stuck on this menu and you've yelled at me in the comments saying, Dylan, what the heck is wrong with mine because it doesn't let me select Smart Conform. All you have to do is switch the video to vertical and that fixes it. Then just match the resolution of your project to the resolution of your footage, which for this project in particular, we're using 4K footage, so 2160 by 3840. Rename the project what you want, and Final Cut will take your 16:9 project, determine what the subject is in each frame, and do its best to make sure that your subject is visible in your newly converted vertical project. Basically, it'll use AI to find the main subject in your shot and keep it centered in the frame. It doesn't always get it right, so in that case, if it messes up like it is here, what I'd suggest doing is selecting your shot and pressing the Transform tool. And by the way, little side note, you can select this button if you want to see what is outside of the frame of your video if you need to. Then just hold Shift and slide to the left or right until your subject is in the middle of the frame. And we hold Shift because that makes sure that we don't accidentally move the media in a random direction. It'll basically keep your movement on a straight line. One of the more recent features added to Final Cut Pro that a lot of people have been loving is beat detection. So select your music, Control right-click it, and press Enable Beat Detection, or simply just press the shortcut Option B with your music selected. And Final Cut automatically marks the beats and important moments in your song, so you can cut to the beat, you can quickly splice parts of your song together that you like the most, and a lot more without ever having to actually play back the music. I made a whole video on practical ways to use this to edit faster, so I'll link that in the description and in the comments as well. AI captioning, or as Apple calls it, subtitles. Select your dialogue, go to the magic wand icon, go to Generate Captions, and press Subtitles. FCP will listen to your audio and write out every word for you automatically. Then you just press Command A to select all of them at once, and you can hop into your inspector window to change your font, your colors, background, and even how they animate. 2 quick tips though. Go into your settings, go to editing, and go to your default subtitle duration and drop this down to about half a second so they don't end up reading like a novel. Also, and this is an important point, you're not stuck with the ultra basic subtitle look that comes as the default. When you have all the subtitles selected by pressing Command A, you can simply just double-click third-party title presets in your title browser, so basically any title that's in here, to change your subtitle look to those titles. When this feature came out, I was giddy. It is called the magnetic mask. Go to the magic wand icon and hit Add Magnetic Mask. Select your subject and click Analyze. And Final Cut Pro will automatically track your subject, and when you click Done, it'll cut it out. So you can do things like add a whole new background, create a fake shallow depth of field, you can add text behind yourself, you can even use it for color grading. But This is no longer the quickest way to go about doing this. In the recent 12.3 update, Apple gave us something that a lot of other editing softwares don't have, and it's absolutely one of the best features in Final Cut Pro at the moment. They're called auto masks. You know how the magnetic mask requires you to click your subject, sometimes many times, and then it takes time and processing power to analyze it? Simply by clicking the magic wand icon and pressing Add Auto Mask and selecting a part of your shot, this auto mask window will pop up showing you that FCP immediately analyzed your clip and it isolated parts of your shot automatically. No clicking, no tracking, no time, it just knows. You can then swap out for a different background, you can add text behind your subject, and best of all, if you extend out your clip, your subject will continue to be masked out. No further steps needed. And here's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this new feature. You can use it directly inside of your color correction tools. So if you're in your color wheels and you want to adjust your subject without touching the background, you hit the auto mask button right here in your inspector window, choose what you want to adjust, and it automatically isolates it for you. So you can then make adjustments only to that area. Like here, it automatically knows where her lips are in the shot, and that allows us to quickly change the color of them. And the incredible thing is that auto masks can be copied from one shot to the next, unlike magnetic masks, which is huge. There are so many ways that you can use auto masks, and in the next few videos that I'm going to come out with, I'm going to show you how you can use this in your own edits. So please do me a huge favor, press that subscribe button. I've been creating FCP tutorials for over 7 years, and I would really love your support. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.